ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they're gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
Angel Reese just said she might sit out if she doesn't get paid more in the WNBA. Seriously? You just got drafted.
Angel Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits.
You're still learning how to finish a layup without hitting the bottom of the rim, and now you're out here threatening a strike? That's like applying for your first job, showing up late, and demanding CEO money before you've even clocked in. Social media exploded. Experts clapped back. And fans? Oh, they roasted her. Why? Because the WNBA isn't a... Caitlin's out here carrying the league like a backpack packing arenas, boosting TV ratings, selling merch, and dropping 30-foot bombs like it's nothing. Meanwhile, Angel's putting up brick houses and complaining her $74,000 salary doesn't cover rent in Chicago. Newsflash, nobody's buying tickets to see you miss layups. So if you're wondering why people are calling her delusional, or why Patrick Bet-David and others completely destroyed her argument with facts and fire, stick around because we're going to break it all down. From salary drama to the cold truth about the WNBA's money problems, to why Caitlin Clark might be the only reason this league still has a pulse. It's all coming up, but before we get into all the action, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always stay updated on the latest WNBA news, big moves, and game breakdowns just like this. Don't miss out. Doesn't even cover rent in Chicago. And I quote, "I don't think they even pay one of my bills."
Just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally.
Let's pause for a second. Are we being punked? Is this satire? Because surely Angel knows she's on a rookie contract, $74,000 a year. That's $74,000 to play basketball professionally. And she's complaining like she's out here washing dishes to survive. Girl, that's more money than what most teachers make, more than what many nurses, firefighters, even some local news anchors are earning. That's $6,000 a month to travel, hoop, and represent a franchise. And somehow, you're acting like you're working 3 jobs and living off instant noodles. Come on now. Let's not forget this ain't college. This isn't LSU where Reebok was tossing you sneakers like candy on Halloween, and McDonald's was paying you more than half the WNBA. That was Nell money, sweetheart. That's over. You graduated. Welcome to the pros. And in the pros, we play first and talk after. But Angel? She came into the WNBA like it was an episode of Real Housewives, Chicago edition. Sassy, loud, dramatic, and already calling for a walkout before the ref even blew the whistle on game 1. Complaining before contributing, demanding before delivering, asking for a pay bump when she hasn't even made a basket in the league yet. And look, it's not just the money that made people roll their eyes, it's the vibe. It's the energy, the delusion, the way she said it like she's already the face of the league. Girl, you haven't even put your jersey on straight. Let's not act like you're LeBron with a bad agent. So yeah, Angel, before you threaten to walk away, maybe try walking onto the court first and making a layup that actually goes in. Anyway, speaking of reactions, let's talk about how the internet turned this into a full-blown roast session. Now look, if you thought fans were just gonna smile, nod, and let that little tantrum slide, then you clearly haven't logged on to Twitter, or should I say X, in 2024. Because social media didn't just react, it exploded. It went full mushroom cloud. Within what felt like minutes, Angel Reese was trending, but not for her basketball, not for her rebounding, not for her defensive hustle. Nah, she was trending for all the wrong reasons. People were pulling clips like they were detectives on a mission. They found her missed layup montages, stitched them with clown music, and turned her Instagram live moment into a full-blown meme museum. It was open 24/7, and Angel was the main exhibit. The comments, Savage doesn't even begin to cover it. These folks were ruthless. If Angel Reese sits out, the WNBA might finally turn a profit. $74,000 a year, and she still can't afford to make a layup. Girl, maybe the rim is charging you rent because you keep avoiding it. People weren't just dragging her, they were building highways over her career. Because if you're gonna go public demanding more money, threatening to sit out, and claiming the league doesn't pay your bills, then you better be ballin'. You better be averaging a double-double, splashing mid-rangers, and making ESPN's top 10 every other night. But Angel, her highlight reel lately looks more like a blooper reel. Missed layups, turnovers, brick after brick. And now she's wondering why people aren't taking her seriously? Come on. If your stats can't speak louder than your social media, then maybe log off and hit the gym. But it wasn't just fans and memes that came for her. Nope, the business world got involved too, and that's where things went from embarrassing to educational. Let's talk about how Patrick Bet-David dropped a financial truth bomb on Angel's fantasy contract dreams. Enter Patrick Bet-David, entrepreneur, podcast king, walking calculator with zero patience for nonsense. This man saw Angel's comments and didn't just raise an eyebrow. He went full Wall Street mode, spreadsheet open, calculator smoking, ready to drop some brutal business reality.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't wrap it in a nice little bow. He straight up said, and I quote, "You don't ask for a raise from a business that's losing money." Mike, drop. And he's not just being dramatic, he's being accurate. The WNBA is not breaking even. It's not skating by. It's not almost profitable. It's bleeding money. We're talking about tens of millions in the negative every single year.
They want to get paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live.
Now here's where it gets embarrassing. The NBA, the league with actual profits, superstars, and global attention, they've been paying the WNBA's bills since day one. The W doesn't run on its own. It runs on NBA charity. It's like the NBA is this rich older brother with a great job and a mansion, and the WNBA is crashing on his couch, eating all the snacks, and complaining that the couch cushions aren't soft enough. And Angel Reese, she's in the kitchen asking for lobster and caviar, while the fridge is empty and the rent is 3 months late.
Not basketball sustained her, especially since the WNBA's $200 million revenue last season only allocated 9.3% to salaries, unlike the NBA's 50% share of the $5.3 billion in 2023.
Patrick brought the receipts. The NFL, MLB, and NBA didn't get to where they are because rookies demanded more cash on social media.
WNBA and what's her name? Angel Reese. Do it. I fully support your right to strike. So other sports have done it. So other major sports have done it.
They earned it through decades of building fans, revenue, TV deals, merchandise, and unforgettable moments. They made people care, and that's when the money followed. Angel Reese skipped all that. She showed up, tossed her duffel bag in the corner, and demanded a raise like she already dropped 40 in the finals. And then came the nuclear fact. Patrick said that if WNBA players like Angel really went on strike, actually sat out, the league would save money. Yep, you heard that right. Save.
Here's the catch when you're going to go on strike. In 1994, MLB, NBA, NFL, what's the number one revenue sport in America? What do you think it is? The NFL. How much do you think they make? $17 billion.
Imagine that. Your threat to sit out is actually a financial benefit to the league. That's not a power move, that's a favor. That's like quitting your job and your boss throwing a pizza party. You can't make this stuff up, folks. But as wild as that is, it gets even more insane when you see how Caitlin Clark is flipping the entire league on its head without saying a single word. While all this drama is unfolding and Angel Reese is out here crying about her paycheck like someone canceled her Wi-Fi, Caitlin Clark is just doing what she does best, letting her game talk louder than any press conference ever could. No complaints, no emotional rants, no Instagram lives demanding the world hand her a crown. Just buckets. Smooth, lethal, back-to-back-to-back buckets. She's hitting logo threes like they're free throws. She's leading Iowa to arenas packed like Coachella. People are skipping dinner to watch Caitlin Clark play. She's turning women's basketball into a headline event. And here's the wild part, she's not even officially in the league yet.
I'm not huge on comparing the WNBA and the NBA. I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible, I think.
Let that sink in. She hasn't signed a rookie contract, she hasn't stepped on a WNBA floor, and she's already outshining half the league. The WNBA should be sending her daily thank you cards. No, scratch that. They should be building her a statue outside every arena, because every time a ticket gets scanned, a jersey gets sold, or a TV deal gets renegotiated, guess whose name is behind it? Yup, Caitlin. She's not talking about how hard it is. She's not crying broke. She's not begging for attention. She's earning it. She's making people care. She's turning heads without saying a word. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, it's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back in. Now let's get into the actual basketball and trending for her game, unless it's for all the wrong reasons.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, you got nothing.
Look, we'll give credit where it's due. Shot? Let's just say it's still under construction. Her layups, more like throw-ups, because 9 times out of 10, she's flinging that thing at the rim like it insulted her mama. And free throws? Let's not even go there. The rim has officially entered witness protection because Angel keeps a potential, sure, but she's raw, she's still developing. And being a work in progress isn't a bad thing, unless you're also demanding CEO money before even clocking in for your first shift. You want superstar money? Cool. Then play like a superstar. Drop 25 points a night. Take over games. Carry your team when it counts. Become someone fans are buying tickets to see, not someone they're memeing for missed layups. Until then, maybe pump the brakes on the demands. Prove it first. The paycheck follows the performance. And speaking of performance, let's talk about what the real ballers, coaches, and former pros are saying about Angel's rookie revolution. Across the sports world, the response has been crystal clear and absolutely ruthless. Respect in the WNBA isn't talking about legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, women who paved the way through grit, hustle, sacrifice, and leadership. They weren't crying about money on live streams. They were out there grinding, building this league brick by brick, while getting paid crumbs compared to today's rookies. And they did it with class, with humility, and without needing to remind the world every 5 minutes that they deserved more. Even retired players have come out and said it plain. They were riding buses to games, playing in half-empty high school gyms, juggling side jobs, and still bringing everything they had to the court every single night. They earned their respect the hard way. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is trying to microwave her legacy in under 2 minutes, and it's coming out cold and half-cooked. She wants to skip the part where you actually ball out, skip the grind, skip the growing pains, go straight to endorsement-level fame and franchise-level paychecks without delivering franchise-level results. Newsflash, this isn't TikTok. You don't get clout for complaining. And while Angel's out here trying to fast-track superstardom, the basketball world is watching and laughing, because seasoned vets, coaches, and analysts have all said the same thing. She hasn't earned it yet, not even close. But if you want to talk about someone who has, let's get into Caitlin Clark's numbers, because they aren't just impressive, they're game-changing. Attendance is up, viewership is up, jersey sales are up, ratings are climbing. Why? One word, Caitlin. Caitlin Clark has turned women's basketball into a spectacle. She's the main event. Her games feel like playoff matchups. She's what the WNBA's been praying for, a marketable, likable, dominant superstar. Meanwhile, Angel's impact? Mostly headlines, mostly controversy, mostly noise. If you're the one bringing the drama, but not the revenue, you're not the future. You're the footnote. It all comes down to this, plain and simple. The WNBA isn't standing on a mountain of gold. This league is still growing, still fighting for viewership, still trying to prove to the sports world that it belongs on the big stage. It can't afford to carry extra weight from rookies coming in with a sense of entitlement the size of a max contract. Angel Reese could absolutely be a star, no question. She's got a massive platform, a personality that fills up a room, brand deals rolling in, and fans who ride hard for her. She has the ingredients, but the recipe isn't finished yet. Because right now, she's all sauce and no steak. She's louder than she is effective. And that's a problem when your job is to perform, not just post. You can't keep talking about how you should be the face of the league when you can't even face up to the basics. You want more money? Cool. But let's start with more buckets, more wins, more actual impact on the court. Because until then, all we're seeing is someone who looks the part but hasn't shown up when it counts. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is putting on a masterclass in how to earn every penny without saying a single word. No complaining, no entitlement, just cold-blooded hoops. While Angel's trying to go viral, Caitlin's going legendary. You want to be paid like a star? Be a star, not a distraction, not a diva, just better. Now let's bring this all home with one final message for Angel and every young player watching. All right, y'all, that's the full breakdown. Angel Reese came in loud, but right now it's Caitlin Clark who's letting her game do all the talking. One's out here complaining about paychecks, the other's creating paydays for the whole league. And that's the difference. Look, we're not saying Angel can't be great. She's got potential, no doubt. But potential doesn't pay the bills performance does. And if you're going to talk big, you better ball bigger. Because this ain't college anymore. This is the pros. And in the pros, respect is earned, not handed out. So here's the deal. Show up, put in the work, and then ask for the bag. Until then, maybe hit the gym before hitting go live. Now, if you enjoyed this video, and I know you did if you made it this far, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below. Do you think Angel Reese will bounce back and prove everybody wrong? Or is Caitlin Clark just on another level right now? We want to hear from you. And don't forget, we've got more fire WNBA content dropping every week. Game breakdowns, hot takes, and everything in between. And remember, in this league, you don't get paid for the noise. You get paid for the buckets. Catch you in the next one.